From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is the Midday Report on LALATE.
It's a big afternoon, as that $1,400 third stimulus check that was touted as help is here has not come here. Millions of viewers of this channel have not gotten their $1,400 third stimulus check. That includes people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and rural benefits. It includes people who file tax returns. It includes people not on benefits. Tax-paying citizens who make $50,000, $40,000, $60,000 a year. They haven't gotten their stimulus check as well. It includes people who got their their $600 stimulus check and their $1,200 stimulus check before by direct deposit. They haven't gotten as well. What's going on? The President of the United States just addressed the American people and said that 100 million checks have been sent out, but that millions are still on their way. How many more millions? And why was that video from Janet Yellen yanked by the White House? I'll have that video as well in this morning's broadcast. A lot of breaking developments across the board, and I don't want you to miss any of it today. Meantime, what's going on with the shocking developments from the CDC? Also, that letter from Richard Neal. And meantime, why is ESBA moving the goalposts once again? Will that $1,400 third stimulus check land in your bank account today? It could. Could it land in the mailbox today? It could. I have all the details across the board as America tries to find solutions and questions. And this is the big hope that it's absolutely on its way. As afternoon's LALATE starts right now. $1,400 third stimulus checks were to land in your bank account on March 24th. That was a representation by Janet Yellen. March 24th was yesterday. Today's March 25th. More stimulus checks could land today as well. But if they don't land today, are they in the mail or are they not? And what's going on? And why are videos being yanked and letters being sent? I have all the details across the board. How are you? It's a midday recording. Are you doing well? I hope you are. Boy, it's an exciting day of a lot of breaking developments, and I hope you're staying positive and focused. If you've not, make sure you subscribe. I don't want you to miss a single minute of any videos across the board. Also, like this video. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. Let me tell you where we are right now. It's a mess. It's a mess. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's a mess. Laugh about it, smile about it, crack a joke about it, but it's a mess. It's literally a mess. And it's not just a mess for one group of people. It's not just a mess for a small group of people. It's a mess this big. Yesterday, Richard Neal sent a letter, and that letter got a lot of coverage from viewers of this channel. The letter is off base. It's incorrect. Viewers are going to have already seen now. I'll go over why that letter is incorrect. But the more important issue is where are those checks? Earlier today, I asked viewers, did you get the stimulus check? No. Didn't get it. Today's March 25th. Let me go over what's happening. IRS, Janet Yellen, had sent out stimulus checks last Friday. On Monday, Janet Yellen told us that stimulus checks would be landing by direct deposit March 24th, yesterday. They could land before, and if they don't land by the 24th yesterday, they're in the mail. A large number of you expecting direct deposit wouldn't get it by direct deposit. You get it in the mail. We got that. We were able to process that information. That we were able to digest and understand what she was saying. It basically said, yeah, I got that first stimulus check fine by direct deposit. I got the second stimulus check fine by direct deposit. But this one, maybe it's in the mail. Okay, I got it. And she said by the 24th yesterday, if you don't get by direct deposit, it's in the mail. Okay, we got it. I said to you, give it an extra day. Give it today as well for some of the smaller banks, not the big banks, because it could come by direct deposit today. If you received it by direct deposit today, drop in the comments. I've not yet seen anyone say that it got in direct deposit today. Well, by around the end of yesterday, with about 2 hours left in the day, I was asking viewers what's going on. And this is what viewers told me. And this is the best microcosm of the situation is you. You know better than Janet Yellen. You know better than Richard Neal or perhaps even the president. What did you say yesterday? With 500,000 to 1 million views yesterday, the viewers of this channel said that 100 to 200 of you got the stimulus check yesterday. That's not 100,000 of you. 100 to 200 of you got the stimulus check yesterday. The other 500,000 to 1 million viewers got nothing. Got nothing yesterday. Not good. Not good. And the people who got the 100 or 200 that got yesterday and the ones that got it the week before, every walk of life got it. So it was not a situation when no one on a situation didn't get it. No, I had every person of this channel of every walk of life get a stimulus check. But I also had that same walk of life not get the stimulus check. People on SSI and SSDI got stimulus checks on the 17th yesterday, but also a lot didn't. People who filed tax returns got stimulus checks, but a lot didn't. People who are not on benefits got stimulus checks, but a lot didn't. So how many didn't get stimulus checks yesterday? How many are not getting stimulus checks today? The numbers were shocking. 500,000 to 1 million viewers yesterday, no stimulus checks. 70% of them said they're on benefits. 70% of them said they don't file tax returns, so 30% do file tax returns and don't get a stimulus check, and 30% of them are not on benefits and also didn't get a stimulus check. So you saw a problem where a lot of people weren't getting stimulus checks. We understood that was the situation by the late part of the day. What was my opinion of the situation at that point? I was a little surprised. I was surprised. I thought we were going to see maybe 70% of the viewers get stimulus checks yesterday, and there's always something that goes wrong. Then maybe 20, 30% wouldn't. I thought maybe 70% of the viewers would get the stimulus check. No, 99% of the viewers did still not get the stimulus check yesterday. Earlier today, I asked viewers, how many millions of Americans do you think do not have a stimulus check right now? They said 50, 80 million. The reason why I asked that was the President of the United States went live minutes earlier today. He went live during his first press conference, and his opening remarks were 100 million shots have been done, and 100 million checks have been mailed, and 1 million checks are in the mail. Millions of more checks are in the mail. Millions of more checks are in the mail. I asked viewers, how many more millions of checks do you think are in the mail? Drop in the comments right now. How many more millions of checks do you think are in the mail? Viewers earlier said about 50 million. It's not 2 million. Guess what? This channel did 500,000 to 1 million views yesterday. 99% of you did not get a stimulus check. So that's just the little kid here in Santa Monica. And these viewers, you didn't get stimulus checks. Imagine how many other people didn't get stimulus checks. So there was a problem. We knew there was a problem. You knew there was a problem. We all knew it was a problem. And so then came this video. This video from the White House was posted yesterday. And the video from the White House was posted. And in it, Janet Yellen, who's sending out your stimulus checks, said, guess what? You're going to get them in a couple days to a couple of weeks by direct deposit. And don't worry, we have all your banking information on file. Let's listen in to that video right now. This is a video that has since been removed from the White House. But I have a copy of it because you saw it on I want you to listen to the final 10 seconds of the video to see why this video is shocking. Let's listen to it.
$1,400 checks, although they're not always checks and they're not always $1,400. The $1,400 checks. If you have a larger family, generally you'll receive more. A single person making $75,000 or less with no dependents will get $1,400, while a family of 4 will get 4 times $1,400 or $5,600. Most American households, more than 85%, qualify for these payments. To receive the money, most people have to do absolutely nothing. The IRS will electronically deposit into your bank account on file.
Let's pause it right there. This is me talking to you now, not me from early mornings, LA. So far in the video, Janet Yellen has said, you don't have to do anything. We will deposit to your bank account that we have on file. Tell that to Richard Neal. Tell that to Representative Richard Neal. They don't have any information on file. That's not what this video says. You don't have to do anything. We'll deposit it to your direct deposit account on file. Let's listen in further.
Be working hard over the next few days and weeks to get this money out to you.
We will be working hard over the next few days and weeks to get this money out to you. Did you hear that? Let's play it again.
In weeks to get this money out to you.
And that was the video released at the end of yesterday when the stimulus checks were to land in your bank account on the 24th. This video was released saying, hey, not today, over the next few days or weeks. Okay. Really great timing, isn't it? Just as you're about to get that stimulus check on the 24th, instead you don't get a stimulus check, you get this video. It says, hi, couple days, couple weeks, you get a stimulus check. Don't worry, we got all your information on file. Got all that information on file. Yeah. Who disagrees with her? This guy. This is Richard Neal. He says she doesn't have your information on file. He says you don't have the information on file. This is the second of two letters said by head of Ways and Means Committee, Representative Neal, yesterday, saying that Janet Yellen doesn't have your information on file. How many viewers? He says 30 million Social Security and supplemental Social Security beneficiaries. Their information is not at IRS because it has not been sent the necessary paperwork to IRS. And that's why they've not gotten stimulus checks, 30 million viewers. Earlier in the day, he said the situation's urgent. Well, here's the rub. Janet Yellen says we have all the information on file. Earlier today, I asked viewers what they thought about this letter from Richard Neal, and in which he says that the reason they haven't sent out stimulus checks to SSI recipients is they don't have your information on file. He released this letter after Janet Yellen's video in which she says, I do have your information on file. You don't have to do anything. You know what's the best indication where they have your information on file? You got the second stimulus check of $600 just a few weeks ago. Of course they have your information on file. They sent you a $600 stimulus check just a few weeks ago. And guess what? They sent you that letter a few days ago as well, saying, hi, I recently sent you a second stimulus check. I want to make sure you got that $600 second stimulus check. They sent you in the mail a letter, so they know you're there. And in fact, last year, under Mnuchin, they said, oh, you don't have to do anything if you're on benefits because we know exactly where you are. We send you benefits every month. They specifically had an advisory about veterans, Social Security, SSI, and SSDI, and I made those hundreds of videos at the time. You know what their message was, if you recall? You don't have to do anything. The only situation you have to worry about is you just went on benefits in the year 2020 or you got children. Otherwise, you don't even need to do the non-filer filing. We know who you are, we know where you are, and we have your bank account information. So with that, we suddenly saw that Representative Neal, while he's addressing the situation that some people have not got their stimulus checks, there's three problems with his letter. One, he says that only people on Social Security haven't gotten their stimulus checks and SSI. A lot more haven't gotten their stimulus checks. He says that only 30 million Americans haven't gotten their stimulus checks. Oh no. It's a lot more than that. It includes people not on benefits. It includes people who do file their tax returns. Second, he tries to create the reason for you not getting the stimulus check, and I don't think anyone believes the reason that he presents of why you haven't got the stimulus check. It's not true. It's inaccurate. It's not the reason you haven't gotten the stimulus check, because they have your information on file, and because why? Here's the rub. Here are the viewers that got stimulus checks over the last 2 weeks who are on SSI and SSDI and don't pay tax returns. They got stimulus checks, so how did they get their stimulus checks? If they don't have any information on file, then no one would get stimulus checks. Doesn't work, yeah. So Representative Neal's letter is totally inaccurate. The only thing accurate about it is people haven't gotten checks. Thank you, Representative Neal. People haven't gotten checks. But beyond that, There's a lot more wrong about the letter. I'll have more about who got checks, which banks pay checks, and why the banks have nothing to do with the checks. It's only one person has something to do with the checks. And that's Janet Yellen. More about this coming up in a second, but first, here's a little bit about the community page. I have big updates as well about SBA and forced stimulus coming up right after this commercial break. Stay with me. I'll be back in about 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now as we further go into the details of why the $14 stimulus check was not sent out on March 24th. And why Janet Yellen's messaging has been inconsistent across the board. Thank you for joining me. It's a big noontime, LA. I hope you are doing well. Keep the smile up because I know it's a little crazy. Make sure you subscribe. I don't want you to miss a single recording across the day because there is so much happening. Also, like this video. If you just joining me, let me go over the breaking details. The breaking details is that a Janet Yellen video released yesterday from the White House has been deleted. The video which you watched early in this recording featured Yellen saying, you don't have to do anything. We have all your bank account information on file. You don't have to do anything. We will send you the stimulus checks because we got everything. It's automatic. Now, one of the things you and I need to know is the following. It's sort of not our business why they didn't send out the stimulus check. Who cares why they didn't send out the stimulus check? We can battle and disagree or agree or disagree as to why they didn't send out the stimulus check. The point is that Yellen made it very clear she has all the information she needs about you. That was her message. And that she can send the stimulus check to you. She didn't. That is the most important message is you didn't get the stimulus check. And who are you? And who has not gotten the stimulus check? Our job is not to figure out why they haven't gotten the stimulus check to us. In fact, Yellen makes that message clear. You shouldn't have to worry about us not getting your stimulus check. So whether you agree or not disagree with Neil's letter, it doesn't make a difference. What is true, what is 100% true, is Neil makes the situation sound like it's only one individual group of people that haven't gotten their stimulus check. It's not true. A larger group than Neil's even detailing did not get their stimulus check. He says 30 million, it's a lot more because I have viewers not on benefits and I have viewers who do file tax returns who also didn't get their stimulus checks. It has also nothing to do with the banks. And along the way, the banks have sort of been dragged, unfortunately, through this process. And people keep on saying, my bank won't tell me any information. My bank won't give me any money. My bank, it's not the banks. Why do we know? Because every single bank you can name has delivered a stimulus check to at least one viewer of this channel. Here are the banks that have delivered stimulus checks to viewers of this channel. Citizens Bank, PNG, Bancorp, Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, Lake Michigan, and USAA. Also delivering stimulus checks are Union Bank, MetaBank, MX Bluebird, Navy Federal, BBT Woodforest, also Bank America, Chase, Wells Fargo, H&R Block, and Green Emerald Card. Delivering stimulus checks yesterday were PNC, Wells, Arvest, US Bank, Chase, Direct Express, Green Dot, Citizens Bank, Bank America, H&R Block, Regional, TD Bank. What's important to know is that stimulus checks have not been delivered to people on benefits and not on benefits. People file tax returns and don't file tax returns. And this is among viewers when asked, did you get the first and second one with no problems? They said fine. If you got the first and second stimulus check fine, then drop in the comments right now, fine as well. This is where the situation's unfolding, is that the pool of people who have not gotten stimulus checks is far larger than is being reported. The president minutes ago, right before, if you watched me on Mornings at LALATE, went live and said that there was, in a press conference, and said there's millions that are still getting their stimulus checks. How many millions? Neil says 30 million. I believe it's far in excess. Viewers, how many do you think have not gotten their stimulus checks? Neil says 30 million. On the video before this, viewers said 50 to 100 million. I think it's in excess of 50 million have not gotten their stimulus checks. I don't think it's 30 million. I think it's a lot more. It's a lot more because Neil is using the benchmark of beneficiaries that have not gotten stimulus checks. Give me a number. How many you think? 50, 70 million, 80 million, 90 million? How many do you think have not gotten their stimulus check? Let me see some of the comments. Viewers, meantime, are all saying fine. They're all saying they got the first two stimulus checks fine, which is really, this is what Yellen said. If we have your bank account information, you'll get the third one fine. So something has gone off the rails here. Aura says 55. There is John with 60. Let's see some more of the comments right now. There is Billy 70, Teresa 60, Teresa 100, Crazer 80, Sandra 50, Linda 50, 75 says Andy, 60 to 100. Shauna says 80. Arthur says 40 or 70. I couldn't read it, went too fast. So you see how viewers do believe it's a bigger problem. I believe it's a much bigger problem. I think that the letter's representation that this is the scope of the problem is just the tip of the iceberg. I think it's much larger than that. Let's cut to the other breaking news. I'll have more about your stimulus checks in a second. But the other breaking news is that SBA delivered incredible great news to viewers last night when they announced that for the first time ever, they are allowing the SBA EIDL loan to be increased. So if you got an SBA EIDL loan from 2020 and have problems increasing it, go to sba.gov. This is the new posting there that now allows for the EIDL loan to be increased. Meantime, surprising details about the EIDL grant. The EIDL grant may not ever go live. Really? Yes. The EIDL grant under the third stimulus provides $5,000 if you have 10 or more employees and had a downturn of your business. It's a grant to go live in 2021. The law says it has to go live in the next few days. Well, guess what? SBA currently is suggesting they're never going to put it live, and rather they're going to take that money from the third stimulus to pay off first stimulus EIDL grants that are unpaid. Really? Let's hope that's really not what Isabella Casillas Guzman intends to do, is take money given to SBA to launch a new round of EIDL grants for Biden of $5,000. Let's hope she doesn't do what they're now posting on the website. They're going to take that money and use it to pay off EIDLs from last year. That's, again, that's not cool. Meantime, the CDC is warning about new surges. And those new surges is as 25 states are showing a spike of COVID in certain states as variants in certain states are becoming very strong. Among them are New York. Let's listen to this new video from the CDC.
Case at vaccination that is happening, about the early data that we're seeing, the changes in infection rates, the changes in emergency department rates. What worries me is that while we have, about 24% of the population who has received one dose and about 13% of the population that is fully vaccinated. What concerns me is the footage of what's happening in spring breakers, in people who are not continuing to implement prevention strategies, while we get fully scaled up. We're at 13%. We need to be much higher than that to feel like we have adequate protection around this country. So the early data are really encouraging, and that's why I'm so I emphasize how we need to hang in there for just a little while longer, because we can see a time in the next couple of months where we will have a lot more people vaccinated and we will really be able to blunt infection rates. We're still hanging out at 55,000 cases a day, and we're watching what's happening in people who are vacationing right now, and that concerns me a lot.
Meantime,
just to
Jerome
underscore
Powell
what
issued
Dr.
a new
Walensky
series of
said, when I'm
statements earlier
often
today.
asked,
And those new statements from Jerome Powell, your Federal Reserve, were actually very good. If there's one person we can rely upon for great, good news, it's always Jerome Powell, your head of the Federal Reserve. Today, he was interviewed by NPR's morning show, and he was asked, what are you going to do with this economy? Are you going to continue to support it? He says, yeah. We are not going to relax our situation now. He says, we will very gradually over time, with great transparency, when the economy has all but fully recovered, we will begin pulling back the support. We will need to do that, but time is not now. Great news. So if there's one person we can rely upon for good news, it's Jerome Powell. He always hits the nail on the nail with the hammer, ensuring us that he's not going to pull back on stimulus because the economy's not there, unemployment, inflation, and all those other things. Now, how about forced stimulus? Time to roll your eyes again. Time to roll your eyes again. Yeah, just okay, here we go. Why are we rolling our eyes? Because new data out from the White House indicates where he intends to pay. He intends, not that he's going to be able to, but where he intends to raise the money to pay for forced stimulus. He wants to tax corporate tax, that's a new one, capital gains tax, that's new from yesterday, and inheritance tax. So if a grandparent of yours dies, guess what? The inheritance tax is going to go up as well. Also wealth tax. And guess what's happening? Democrats don't support it. Democrats don't support it because there's 3 Democratic factions at the moment, and none of them support this proposal, which we have yet seen, because I don't want to say it's a bill. It's not bill yet. We have an emoji for that. It's not even a proposal yet. He wants to do another stimulus package, but Democrats, including Bernie Sanders and Ron Wyden and moderates and progressives, all say, we won't support it unless there's a reoccurring stimulus check to the end of this year. That would presume about $12,000 to $16,000. Yes, that's for you. That's $12,000 to $16,000. But there's a second group that says they're Democrats and they're not going to support the bill if you don't get Republicans to support it. There's no Republicans supporting this bill. In fact, today, a new report says that there's no less than 6 Republican lobbyist groups that have now started to run ad campaigns to block this new forced stimulus because it looks to raise a lot of taxes. Finally, there's a group of Democrats that says we're not going to support it if you try to raise taxes. So do I see it happening? Not this way. He's going to have to figure out another path to get this forced stimulus done, because at the moment, he's not going to get his own party behind it. They're not supporting it with a massive raise of taxes. Let me cut back to the breaking news where we are right now about your $1,400 third stimulus check. The breaking news is a mess. The breaking news is a mess. When am I getting my stimulus check? What about the mail? What about direct deposit? This is the takeaway I can give you. Watch the irs.gov tool at least once per day. It does update itself several times per week. It may go from no information to some information. I asked viewers earlier today, does it have any information? 99% of the viewers said no information still. But it may go from no information to some information. Second, use the IRS transcript tool. I did a separate video about that yesterday. It says transcript in the title, to go in and check as well. Then, if you do see the stimulus check with a mail and a date, let me explain what that means. That means that you're getting a stimulus check in the mail or a debit card in the mail, and that the check date is the date indicated on the website. That's not the date it's going in the mail. It's not the date it's coming to you in the mail. That's the date on the check. So when day would you receive the check? About 2 days before that. Finally, if you go to the IRS tool, there's no information. You have yet to get any information from the transcript either. Would your bank have any information? No. No, your bank won't have any information, so don't beat up the bank. The banks simply just have not been given the checks. Yellen confirmed yesterday checks have not been given. Neil confirmed it. You confirmed it. Viewers have confirmed that stimulus checks have not been delivered to the banks. So the banks will not just suddenly appear with checks. They'll appear with checks when Yellen sends out checks. And she needs to send out more checks. What day will she send out more checks? We don't know. It is always good news when the failure to send out stimulus checks is headline news, but we got to keep it headline news. Take this video, share it on social media, share it on Twitter, Facebook, tag elected officials saying, I haven't got my stimulus check. I'm this type of person. And the problem is very large. The problem is very large. I've not got to this. Thank you, Rosa, for the super chat. The problem is very large. We haven't got to the stimulus check. The more people that see that story, the more that will run it and understand it's a big problem. The only thing I don't like about the letter yesterday from Neil was it makes it sound like it's a rare, minuscule, small segment of people that have a problem. And that it's simply a one-op situation. I also don't like that it seems to suggest you can fix it really easily and have it go out. Let's hope that's true. We can always be positive about something. But I think that the problem is a little bit more widespread than what Neil's doing. There's a reason that a lot of viewers aren't getting stimulus checks. This is not, this is not a small group. There's a lot of people haven't got stimulus checks. So there's a real problem of what's going on. And at one point, it's going to hit really large and loud. And that day may be today. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. I'm back with you until the next video. I'll be jumping into the live chat. We'll be interacting more. It's just a jam-packed day. I don't want you to miss anything across the board. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling. Don't worry, the relief will come. The question is when, where, and we're going to get down to the bottom of this together as a family. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay in LA for more.
From LA Late News headquarters in Santa Monica,